I got a Tandy 1000 RLX. Yeah, but it's no Coco. Ooh.
This is part 2 of the home automation system video. I actually changed computers because I'm just working on this one. I have a couple of these. But just to do the basic setup, I just kind of have some examples here. I set up 3 boxes just to kind of keep it simple. This is the transmitter box. And I went and changed the settings to A, so we're going to call this home A. So all the dip switches are set to A. And in this unit I have set for 1. It's a little blurry on there. I have this one set for 1, this one's set for 2, and this one's set for 3. You can set these with the screwdriver, and you just can go on and on, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. For baseline, to number 1, the first unit I have set up to a radio. Let's say if you want to, turn the radio on, wake up in the morning, what have you. I got that set up. Number 2 is just set up to a night light, and number 3 is set up to a fan. Just kind of give you some different stuff. And again, you can set these up anywhere in the house. Put these boxes pretty far. There's a wireless system on here for the remote control. This RF is for radio frequency thing is for the remote only. They communicate through the power lines. So they send a signal through the power lines from this box to the rest, or if you're on the Tandy computer, from the X10 controller box right here, which is connected to the controller or to the computer, which we'll get into in a minute. But just for the baseline and how the system works. In the back of the remote, you can see there's also a setting in here underneath the battery, and I'll call this remote unit 1, and you can have multiple remotes, which you can register in Tandy. But anyways, and then this is house A. So that's important to be, house A. And I think like if you have controller 5, you can go house B. Maybe that means different rooms, but I haven't really messed around with that too much. So I just keep it on A. And the remote control, you have an on and an off. So if I go turn this on, the radio pop on, turn that off. Number 2, on, off. Number 3, on. There's the fan coming on, off. You can hear the relays clicking there. The remotes are 1, 2, 3, and 4. Perhaps if you have other remotes, you can set them up 5, 6, 7, 8. But that's what this is now. I don't have enough equipment to test all of that stuff. So I'll pause right here. I finally bought a tripod with duct tape. Somebody complained, oh, your video moves around too much. So I'm going to pause this here, and then we'll focus on the Tandy and how that controls these boxes. I will put this aside. And if you ever wondered what this automatic house is over in the right hand corner, guys, it's the Tandy 1000 RLX. A lot of the decimals are the same. Might be a little different or hidden. If you don't see it here, it may be in your program list, and you just want to look for automatic house or home auto. Let's see here. There it is, home auto. So automatic house is called home auto if you don't see it on your desktop. So they're the same thing. So I'll just click on automatic house, and we'll let this load up. Fast 90s technology. This RLX has a hard drive on it. They're rocket ships if you put the, as far as loading programs, if you put the solid state drive card in there. So when you have the automatic house open up, you have a bunch of options. So we'll go ahead and click on this. This will give you a representation of your house. This is the default version. You'll see it takes a minute to load. Alright, so usually when it opens up, I had that open up previous, you'll get a representation of the house. And you can change the size, you can change the floor, you can add a floor, rename a floor. So you have two floors in your house, you have bedroom, den, and you can delete, remove these, and just basically build your own house from these. And you can see here you can change the size So if you make your bedroom that big, and so it's kind of cool for what it is. You could add rooms, remove rooms, and you can view inside the rooms. But right off the bat, we're going to need to set up the controller box. All right, the second part of this is, okay, we got the remote control set up. Real quick, I just want to add this, I forgot to mention it. This is the controller box that connects up to the Tandy 1000. You plug this into the wall, there's a wall socket, and there's a serial port. You plug the serial port into your computer. There's a 9-volt battery. Make sure you put a 9-volt battery that runs your clock. And this has 8 buttons on it and does the same things as the remote. If I hit 1, turn it off. 2, got that little light, then off. And 3, fan off. And I don't have anything connected to the numbered up for the other ones. If this doesn't work, don't panic. You set this up in the computer. I actually set it up already, but I'm going to show you that setup feature, how to set up. You have to tell this through the computer that it is on house A, and what, you know, and then it'll talk to it. So the room is a double click on it, but we're going to set up our X10 box. It's X10, or they can be called Radio Shack. So what we'll do is we'll have to set up this box. So we'll set up the interface box. First thing first. Double click on that. Now, I've already set this up previously. If you make any changes, it'll come up in here. So the house code is A. You want to make sure it's A. If it's any other letter, it's just depending on what you have your dip switch set up to the house. That's that little round thing on your thing. So set up to A. The Tandy RLX uses COM port 1. If you use the wrong COM port, it will tell you I can't communicate. So you hit COM port, select COM port 1, hit OK, bada bing! This is set the house code up. The interface must be connected to COM 1. That's just saying connect the dang thing up, which I've already done. Yes. And so what it's going to do is go out and talk to it, and if it's successful, you'll hear the hard drive click away, and it goes away. So now that box is active. It's now talking to the computer. So let's just make a quick room. If you remember, we got a radio, a fan, a lamp, and so we'll put all this stuff in the master bedroom. And so we'll start out with the master bedroom. Let's what's number 1? Number 1 was the radio. So let's look in our devices. Let's put an appliance in there. I don't know. Let's see if we got a radio in appliances. I'm not sure. Got a television, a fan. Oh, that's 2. Coffee pot. These are all the things that you can turn on and off, and you can do custom ones too if you want. So we have a radio, so we'll click on radio and hit OK, and then it brings up this. You know, this is your to set the device. We're on house A. This is unit 1, where you're setting your dip switches. So unit 1 is the radio. Do a little reminder here. This is X10 model. This is just a wall outlet model, or shoot, darned if I know, but let's just say 2-prong appliance module. That is correct. 2-prong appliance modules are these. They actually sell wall modules. You can find these things that they look just like a regular house plug, but it is a controllable house plug, and you have higher current applications as well. You can set it to. So I believe we can. This is a device name. It's a radio. You can change that name, but let's just turn it on and see if it works. Hey, hey! Let's turn it off. How cool is that? So that device works. We've tested it. This could be a radio upstairs. This could be a radio on the other side of the house, you know. So you can move it around. I guess you could create your own little room in here. You know, wherever it's located in your master bedroom, you can tell it to go. So it's kind of behind my computer right now, so my desk space is limited. So let's just throw it there. We're going to add a new device. It's like a night light, so let's just say a light. I don't know, we'll call it, that looks like a night light, right? So let's select that. It's called a ceiling light, or at least it looks like that. But I'm going to actually rename it night light. Night light. Whoa. House code A. It's just going to go in order, but you can change this number to however you want. It just happens to be 2, so I'm going to leave it alone. This is a wall outlet, I guess you could say. Oh, they even have dimmers and stuff. How cool. I got to find this stuff. And we can test it. And it's off camera, but it did turn on. Let's turn it back off. Okay, I think you might have actually seen the glare. Okay, so our night light's set up. And let's just put our night light over in the corner. Say it's over there. Dun, dun, dun. And let's throw another device in this room. What was it? A fan. So it's another appliance. And that's already done for us. Yay! Okay. Fan A, I called it Unit 3. I think we're good. 2-prong appliance module. Alrighty. Let's just test it real quick to make sure we are good. Whoa, we're good. Fan is running. You imagine how you could torture yourself with this in the morning to get up to go to work? You could... That's what I actually used this for a while, turning stuff on. Get my butt out of bed. So I gotta hit OK. All right, so we got our 3 devices set up. So we got, we gotta say we'll put the fan down here in that location. And you can set up all the rooms like this and disperse your controllable devices throughout the entire house, like I said. And then, the floor planner just helps you organize where everything's at. So there's our devices. And we'll just go through, and I guess you can click on them to see what they are. Okay. And then you can also do the drop downs to select where you want to go, but that was considered legacy back then. So we're just setting up the master bedroom. So this gives you an idea what you can do with the setup. So now we got the devices set up in the master bedroom, so we're all good. Now let's make a schedule, because we're going to automate the house. So we're going to exit out of the floor planner. I haven't seen if you can make couches and furniture and stuff, but that'd be worth experimenting with. All right, now we've got this open. I guess the next step is to head into the routine maker. Alright, this is called the routine maker, and it basically sets up some routines for you. There's a couple different options. Routine maker is like, let's say you want to wake up in the morning and you're going to turn on a couple different devices to get you up in the morning, and that would be a routine, or things like that. So this is how you would set up a routine. And then there's another thing we'll get into, which is the scheduler, and you can schedule individual actions over different times. Like a lamp would turn on all the time at 8 o'clock in the morning and shut off at 3 o'clock, So we'll start out with this routine name, and I'm going to just call it like a wake up. Let's say you want to use something as an alarm clock, because we are setting this up in the master bedroom. So just call this like morning wake or wake up, and the description would be, I don't know, alarm. Oops, I'm hitting some extra keys here by accident. Alarm to wake up. So click down on the devices here. It says, do you want to select devices for a wake up routine? And I will say, why, yes. And it'll kind of take you back over to your rooms. Let that load up. Okay, select the devices that you want to use. So we're headed into the master bedroom, and I'm going to use the I'm going to do the radio, the lamp, and the fan. And so I'm going to turn on all three of these devices to get my butt up out of the bed, or the night light. And so we'll go back to the routine maker here. And let's see, I'll turn on the master bedroom fan, the night light, and the bedroom radio. So the action is these three things we'll be turning on during this routine. So let's go schedule some stuff up. So we're going to head to the scheduler. You see I clicked down at the bottom. Alright, so we have one routine, and you can have multiple different routines, and you can pick different devices all throughout your house, but alas, I only got 3 for now. So, and so we could schedule this up, but we'll come back to that. Let's just go clicking into devices here real quick, because these are different. You have routines, and then you have devices. And these devices, we just have 3 for now. So what you can call is an event. Well, first of all, let's set our sunrise and sunset date. This will tell the computer when sunrise and sunset is. It makes some options easier. You don't have to always type in the time. So I'd say 6 a.m. would be sunrise. And then let's go back to the options here, and sunset would be, let's say, 9 o'clock. Okay. Now the computer knows that sunrise, sunset is going to be those same times. So let's do some events. It could be like a one-time thing, or let's add an event. Okay, so the master bedroom fan, I don't know what you want to do with that. But you could have anything you want. Let's say, the house is warm, and every day at like 5 o'clock, so it's going to get warm. So I'm going to put every day, hit OK. I wouldn't say sunrise, but let's just do this one at 5 o'clock p.m. that fan's going to kick on. In security mode, that varies the time, so the house looks lived in. So I guess it's kind of a cool thing. If you're going on a trip, you set it into that random mode. Okay, so I would like to turn that on at 5 o'clock. And it's asking me what time I would like to turn it off. It gives me the option just to leave it on, but I'm going to go and turn it off every day at, let's say, 9 o'clock p.m. Or I could say sunrise, sunset, but either way. And you can see here, here's the event so far. And you could do other events, and just keep on going. You can just scroll down and turn that fan on and off anytime you want. So, so the night light's kind of a different situation. So let's go, let's add an event. And usually your night light, that one is another everyday, but you can do weekdays. You can only do weekends if you want. You can do specific days, and then you just select the day you want. But let's just say this is another everyday device because it's a night light. And we're going to do sunset. When the sun goes down, I would like to turn it on. Okay. And when the sun comes up at sunrise, I want to turn it off. So it's basically on and off, and it'll come up here. So every day at sunrise, it's off, and every day at sunset, it's on. So now your night light, you don't have to touch it. It's automatic. The bedroom radio, I'm not turning that on all the time. So, but we'll do that with the routine. So what we'll do here, now that's set. So these two devices are always going to do this all the time. They're on that schedule. And I mean, the other thing you could do is if you have lights in there. Like in the morning, you just turn everything on, so everything's on and running when you're up. Coffee makers, whatever you want. You know, there's a lot of options in here. So, so let's kick over to our routine. And these 3 events, this is, you know, get your butt up in the morning. But so let's just say, okay, routine. Now let's schedule the event for this routine. I don't think it's going to be every day. Let's just say it's weekdays, because you know, it's when you got to get up for work. Like I said, or you can do specific day, specific time. So so this is a weekday. Okay. Specific time. I got to get up in the morning at 7 a.m. Just got to get my butt up. Okay. So at 7 a.m., it's going to turn these 3 devices on. And hopefully it's going to get my butt up out of bed. And I mean, you could always change these by clicking on that. You can see how you can change times and things like that. So that's coming in at 7 a.m. Can't wait for that. But let's just do a little fun experiment here. So what we're going to do is, let's see, it's 12:01. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, let's see, specific time. Let's just say 12:05, and that'll kind of give us some time to get set up on this. So at 12:05 a.m., it is going to kick on these 3 devices, which we have set up: the light, the radio, and the fan. And so now, you know, we're kind of done. So we got it set up. We got it where we like it. So we're going to transfer. Now this computer's got to send it over to the box. So we'll transfer the data. And it's reading events from the interface box. It's transferring. And now we're ready to go. Ah, it scared me. I'm up. You can see the fan's on, the light's on, and the radio's on. So, time to hit the snooze alarm. And there you have it. Nice, cool little demo. Maybe we'll do some little tricks on a 3rd video on this or something. But I hope you enjoyed this. And like I said, you find this stuff and you got an old Tandy. This stuff is pretty cool. I'll think about doing the next video on the this home automation system. Maybe giving it a shot in Windows and then in the regular DOS. I have another Tandy RLX computer that can run both Windows and, well, obviously DOS. And we'll see how it runs in there. Maybe do a quick tutorial in those operating platforms. Well, have a good night, and please subscribe for more stuff, and comments if you want me to maybe try something else kind of cool in this arena. So, thank you. Good night.